Hi guys, just wanted to give you a quick guide on sort of the fastest way to farm what is probably Enzos' best mod. It's definitely his best Transcendent mod in Supply Firearm Enhancer. So if you don't know, what this does is it replaces your first ability and it summons a device where if you and your teammates walk through it, it will increase your weak point damage and your firearm crit rate, and so it can get a lot of build to that sort of 100% crit rate, and will really just increase your damage massively, and so it's a really worthwhile mod to go out and farm. So in case you're not aware, you farm this at Vespers through the ultra precise encrypted vaults. And so whilst Enzo isn't necessary, you can technically do it without him. It's going to be extremely difficult, so I definitely suggest using Enzo, and I would assume if you're going out and farming his mod, you probably do have Enzo by now anyway. So of course there are multiple places where you could go and farm the encrypted vaults in Vespers, but I have two locations that I prefer, and in those two locations there's 3 TP points that I sort of bounce between. So you've got the first location here in the ruins, and then you've got the 2 TP points here in Lost Supply Depot. So pretty much what I do is I just do a rotation. I'll sort of TP here, and then TP here, and then sort of start from scratch and rotate throughout them. So I'll show you what I mean, and I'll show you how I go about farming this. So just quickly before we get into the farming, I would suggest having a memory external component that has the increased search radius. That's just going to allow the pings to show up from a further distance away, and so that could save you a little bit of time rather than having to sort of run even closer to the vaults. So for the first spawn point in the ruins, you do a ping over in this direction first, and you'll just make your way over to it if there is a ping. And so just in this corner is where the first vault can be. This isn't an ultra precise this time, but it does have a chance to be. So once you've done that, or if there wasn't a ping up here, you'll sort of make your way over in this direction. And you'll do a ping in this direction. So before I go to ping, I'm just going to show you all the different spawn points in this area. So one can spawn right there. One can spawn just here. One can spawn right here, and this is actually where I got my mod from. One can spawn just in here. And then as you can see, one can spawn here. And that's sort of why I love that spawn in the ruins, because there are just so many potential vaults in the nearby area. So next what you'll do is you will just TP it over to here in Lost Supply Depot. So you'll just turn right and do a ping up here, and on this occasion there is one. And then just to show you, there is also a spawn point back here. So one can spawn here. There is also a record there if you haven't got it already. And so if there wasn't a ping up there, instead what you would do from the spawn point is you just ping up in front of you. So there isn't one on this occasion, but just to show you where it can spawn. It would just spawn right in front of you, just there. And then if there's not there, or if you've grabbed them all, then I like to TP to this point. And then what I'll do is I will ping in that direction, ping in that direction, and ping in that direction. So there isn't any on this occasion, but just to show you the spawn points. It will spawn just down there. And then again, to show you from the spawn point, the other place where they can spawn is over here. So it can be right there. And again, from the spawn point, if you just come up onto this rock again. Another one can just spawn inside here. and over here. And so once you checked all those spots, you'll just go back to the first spawn point in ruins and you'll do that cycle on repeat. Again, you could go to other locations, like there are a few in Timberfall, but I find that to be a bit slower all in all. This sort of route here just has the vaults very close to the spawn or has a big batch of vaults in one location. And so by doing it this way, it's definitely the quickest way to farm this mod. And just in case you're not aware, the best place to farm the code breakers, which are what I needed to open the vaults, is the anticipated ambush point here. And it's pretty fantastic because it also ends up being one of the better golden Kuiper farms as well. So I'm sure you've seen this farm a ton of times by now over YouTube, but this is a location. It's the one where you sort of just go in a loop and it only takes around 30 seconds. You're not guaranteed a code breaker, but they drop all the time when doing this farm. So yeah, I hope that helps. Let me know if you want me to do a guide on sort of his other Transcendent mods. But I thought I'd get this one out first since it's sort of the most sought after. So yeah, thanks.